Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Eala advances in Madrid Open. Sets up rematch with Iga Swiatek. Manila, Philippines. Eala's Mutua Madrid Open 2025 campaign is off to a rousing and somewhat familiar start. Eala ousted world no. 64, Victoria Timova of Bulgaria. 6-3, 6-2, in her opening game in Madrid on Tuesday, Manila time, setting up a rematch against defending champion Iga Swiatek in the round of 64. Their match is set for Friday, April 24, with the time yet to be determined. Swiatek, currently the world's no. 2, was one of Eala's victims in her stellar run in the Miami Open 2025. The young Filipino tennis star upset Swiatek 6-2, 7-5. in what was arguably the biggest win of her young career. Swiatek, who is coming off a quarterfinals loss in the Stuttgart Open last weekend, earned a bye to the second round. The victory is Eala's second ever victory in Madrid, a WTA 1000 level tournament, after her win over the no. 41, Iga Swiatek of Ukraine in the 2024 main draw. According to the WTA, Eala is the only player from the Philippines to have recorded a victory in the tournament, one of the top-tier events on the WTA Tour. Eala, the current world no. 72, is looking to put on a better showing on the clay courts following her early exit in the Oeiras Ladies Open in Portugal. My goals for this clay season, especially after Miami, are just to do better than last year, to improve my game on clay. It's a shorter stretch compared to hard court, but I want to feel myself getting better and keeping the level, Eala said in an interview after exiting in the round of 16 last week. Eala has earlier earned a main draw entry into this year's French Open. The Club Madrid remembers. It remembers the swift feet of champions, the echoes of swords cracking through the spring air, and the quiet dreams whispered by rising stars. Stars like Eala. On a warm April afternoon, with sunlight dripping down onto the red earth of the Caja Magica, the 18-year-old Filipina made sure her name wouldn't be forgotten. With a stirring performance, she defeated Bulgaria's Victoria Timova -6-3, 7-6-4, in a match that was as much about power as it was about poise. But it wasn't just a win. It was a gateway. Through that win, Eala earned something even more symbolic than a place in the next round, a rematch with Iga Swiatek, the reigning queen of clay, the world no. 1, and the player who once handed Eala a humbling defeat. This time, though, the script feels different. A new chapter, written in clay. Back in 2023, when Eala first met Swiatek on tour, she was still fresh on the WTA stage, a former junior Grand Slam champion with promise, but with nerves still stitched into her swing. Swiatek, on the other hand, was already a star, with titles and aura, her forehand as feared as her footwork. That day, Eala was outclassed, overpowered, and overwhelmed. But here's the thing about competitors like her. They don't forget. They don't sulk. They study. They evolve. A different Alex. This version of Eala is no longer just the hopeful from Manila. She's seasoned. Stronger. Her once nervous serve now kicks with intent. Her court coverage. Lightning. Her shot selection. Refined. More importantly, her belief has grown roots. Against Timova, she didn't just play with strategy. She played with heart. She stormed through the first set with aggressive returns and clever angles, then held her nerve through a tense second set tiebreaker, keeping her cool, even as the Bulgarian pushed for a decider. When the final ball landed wide and the chair umpire called game, set, match, Eala, she looked up, not in disbelief, but in quiet assurance. She was ready, and Madrid knew it. Rematch rising. When asked in her post-match interview about facing Swiatek again, Eala smiled, calm and collected. Iga's the best in the world, she said, but that's what you dream of, playing the best, learning from them, and hopefully beating them. It was less bravado, more hunger. The hunger of someone who's been there once and vowed never to be the same. Swiatek, for her part, welcomed the challenge. She's grown a lot, Iga said when asked about Eala. I remember our first match, she had fire. You could see the potential. Now it's blooming. This wouldn't just be a match. It would be a measuring stick, for both, from islands to arenas. Eala's rise isn't just her own. It's a shared journey, with a nation that's followed her from the hard courts of Quezon City to the grand stages of Europe. In the Philippines, tennis was never the main stage. But slowly, Alex is changing that. For young Filipinos, she's not just a role model, she's proof. Proof that a girl from the tropics, with a racket and relentless will, can trade shots with the world's elite. On the streets of Manila and beyond, her Madrid run made headlines. Social feeds were ablaze. Rematch with Swiatek. Let's go, Alex. Isang Pinay sa Dutie. Proud kami. From Eala to Iga. Round 2. This time, she's ready. The battle ahead. Swiatek doesn't lose often on clay. Her movement is balletic, her topspin heavy and punishing, her mind unshakable. But Eala, she's the underdog with teeth, a lefty with a deceptive backhand, and a fearless heart. The last time they met, it was a lesson. This time, it might be a battle. Eala's camp knows the task ahead. They've been reviewing tape, drilling patterns, sharpening weapons. Her coach, a former tour player himself, simply said, "It's not about perfect tennis. It's about belief under pressure." Alex has that now. Win or learn. As the next match looms, it's not about revenge. It's about revelation. Win or lose, Eala will come away from this rematch with something precious. Perspective. The kind that only comes from standing across the net from greatness and daring to believe you belong. And maybe, just maybe, on this Madrid clay, with the wind swirling and the stars aligning, the tennis world might witness an upset that sparks a movement. Because Eala isn't just chasing points or titles. She's chasing legacy. One girl, one game, one nation. There's something quietly powerful about a teenager walking into the lion's den without flinching. And as she steps onto that court to face Iga once more, she'll carry more than her tennis bag. She'll carry the hopes of millions, the noise of home, the fire of memory, the calm of preparation. And maybe, just maybe, the next roar from Madrid won't be for the favorite. It'll be for the fighter. It'll be for Alex Eala. The Madrid, sunbaked story, has long been a proving ground for champions. And now it has become the setting for a bold new chapter in the story of Filipino tennis phenom Alex Eala. Eala, just 18 years old, booked her spot in the next round of the 2024 Madrid Open with a spirited win over Bulgaria's Victoria Tomova, 6-3, 7-6-4. But it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. With that triumph, Eala now earns a marquee rematch against world no. One Iga Swiatek, one of the most dominant forces on clay in the modern era. The last time these two met, Eala was still the underdog teenager finding her footing. Swiatek was already the reigning queen of the surface. But this time, things feel different. This time, Eala arrives in Madrid not just to play, but to compete. A new level. Eala's win over Tomova wasn't handed to her. It was earned. In the opening set, she came out with fearless intent, dictating play early and moving her Bulgarian opponent side to side. Eala's serve had extra pop, her backhand was sharp as ever, and she looked completely at home on the clay. The second set was tighter, with both players exchanging breaks. At 6-6, the tension hung heavy over the court as they entered a tied rate. But Eala showed her growth, not just as a hitter, but as a competitor. She kept her composure, made smart decisions, and eventually outlasted Tomova 7-4 in the breaker. The crowd clapped respectfully, perhaps not fully aware of what they had just witnessed. But Filipino fans watching from across the world knew this was more than a win. It was a reclamation of momentum, a clear sign that the young star was stepping into a new phase of her career. A familiar foe. And now, Iga awaits. Swiatek, already a multiple-time Grand Slam champion, has carved her name into clay with dominance and precision. Her footwork, court IQ, and rally control make her a nightmare for most opponents. Eala knows this, because she's faced it firsthand. In their first meeting, Swiatek swept Eala aside with the ease of a world no. One dispatching a challenger. There was no shame in the loss, but there was plenty to learn from. And learn Eala has. "She's someone I respect a lot," Eala said of Swiatek after her win over Tomova. "But I've grown since our last match. I'm not here just to gain experience anymore. I'm here to win." It wasn't arrogance. It was quiet confidence. The kind that comes not from hype, but from hard-earned evolution. From Manila to Madrid. Back home in the Philippines, the buzz is unmistakable. Social media timelines are filled with messages of support, clips of Eala's winning moments, and graphics teasing the Swiatek showdown. For a country where tennis doesn't always make the front page, Eala is changing the script. She's not just inspiring the next generation, she's representing them. From public courts in Quezon City to tennis camps in Mindanao, her rise is fueling a grassroots surge of belief. Young girls are picking up rackets. Schools are airing her matches in gyms. She's becoming a symbol of what happens when you dream and train fearlessly. A match beyond rankings. To most, Swiatek will be the heavy favorite. She's one in the world for a reason. Her record on clay is otherworldly. She's been tested by the best and has come out victorious time and time again. But tennis isn't just about rankings. It's about timing. And Eala's might just be right. She's serving better, moving smarter, playing with purpose. And above all, she's not afraid. That alone makes this match one to circle, not just for Filipino fans, but for tennis lovers everywhere. There's something captivating about a rematch when both players have changed. The game within the game. The revenge arc. The redemption moment. The chance to see how much distance one has covered, and how far they still aim to go. Win or learn. If Eala defeats Swiatek, it will be one of the biggest upsets of the season, and a watershed moment in her career. But even if she falls short, this moment already means something. It proves she belongs. It proves she can hang with the best, and most of all, it proves that she's no longer just the future of Filipino tennis. She's its present.